My name is Susan. I work for an organisation called Cottage Delight, which are part of the Vesti Group. We're based in Leek in Staffordshire, and my job title there is Quality Assurance and Health and Safety Manager. So we specialise in traditional preserves, jams, chutneys, sauces, pickles. We do a fantastic range of curds, fudge, things like that. My job, it's kind of almost broken up into two separate parts. This is the quality assurance part and then the health and safety part. So the quality assurance is making sure that everything we make and sell is safe to eat, tastes great, and won't do anyone any harm. And then the health and safety is looking after the staff who actually make the food to make sure there's no harm comes to them while they're working on our site. You can be at your desk, but you can also be down in the factory, you can be around the warehouse, you can be visiting your suppliers or out and about visiting customers sometimes. So there's a lot of variety to my job. Yeah, it's never dull. One of the challenges, I suppose, is that there are times where you have to put a stop on something in production because it's not right. And that's where it does take a kind of a strong person. Fortunate in where I am now in Cottage Delight because quality is one of the prime things for us, and if me or one of my team says something is not right, we're not happy with it, that is accepted, like, you know, yeah, it's not questioned. People skills, I would say, almost first and foremost, because you have to interact with a lot of people, from the customers, the suppliers, and all the staff that work on the shop floor. We are responsible for making sure that the procedures are adhered to on the factory floor, so it's important that you can explain to people, like, you know, not only what they have to do, but why they have to do it. Some kind of background knowledge in science, particularly microbiology, is definitely useful because you have to know, you know, what causes food to go off, what causes people to get ill from eating food. So I went to school in Ireland, so the education system's slightly different than in the UK. When I was in my final years of high school, didn't know what I wanted to do, but I come from a farming background, so I decided that a degree in agricultural science would probably be the one that at least I would be with possibly like-minded people, and then see where that got me. So from that, at the end of year one, I had decided that the food science element of things was more interesting than the animal husbandry or the crop husbandry and forestry and everything else. So I went down the food science route. So that's why I'd done my degree in food science. Towards the end of my degree, I had to do placement, or an industry placement. So that was in a dairy. I worked in the lab there, testing the milk coming in from the farms. Following summer, I worked in a grain intake, and we were testing that for moisture level. And then by that stage, I had finished uni, and I was ready to go into the world full time. So I worked in a company that supplied herbs and spices, mainly to the butchery trade, and I was doing testing on all the products coming in to make sure they were suitable for use. From there then I got a job in a bakery, and that was quality control in the bakery, looking after mainly the hygiene and all that kind of stuff. I went to a different bakery after that, which was a slightly larger company, so that gave my first exposure of working within a quality team and having more than one person kind of responsible for the job. Then for personal reasons moved to the UK, settled in Stoke-on-Trent, and saw a job advertised locally in Cottage Delight looking for a quality manager. Went for the interview and got the job. I think I flowed through life without much of a plan, and ended up where I am now. I would never describe myself as being particularly ambitious or anything like that. I just kind of, yeah, I just went from one job to the next. So my advice would be to work for a small company, because there just aren't large teams to do tasks. I think with the smaller company, lots of people have to pick up things. You get the variety from working in a small company and, you know, experience a lot of different things. So I think that's what I would advise.